Does Club Ninja deserve another chance? For many fans of Oyster Cult, this album from the mid-1980s is a difficult one to talk about. Some people think it's one of their worst albums, while others find it to be a hidden gem of the decade. Today we're going to look back at this 1985 release and decide if it's time to give the record a new spin. To understand Club Ninja, you have to understand where the band was in 1985. The group was coming off a difficult period. Their previous album, Revolution by Night, had not sold as well as they hoped. The record company Columbia wanted a big comeback. They hired Sandy Pearlman, the man who had been with the band since the beginning, to produce the album. However, the band itself was changing. This was the first studio album that did not feature original keyboard player Alan Lanier. He was replaced by Tommy Zvonkic. The original drummer, Alvo Bouchard, was also gone, having been replaced by Jimmy Wilcox. This meant only 3 of the original 5 members remained: Eric Bloom, Buck Dharma, and Joe Bouchard. This change in the classic lineup affected the chemistry of the music. Production was very expensive and the sound was very typical of the 1980s. Critics have called the style hard FM or AOR, had a lot of synthesizers and echo drums that were popular at the time. Because the album was so expensive to make and only sold about 175,000 copies, the record company considered it a failure. Öyster Cult has always been known for having very smart and strange lyrics. On Club Ninja, they worked with several famous writers to keep this tradition alive. One of the most famous songs on the album is Perfect Water, which feature lyrics by the poet Jim Carroll. Lyrics are beautiful and a bit mysterious, and many fans believe this to be the best song on the entire record. Another interesting collaboration was for the song When the War Comes. It features a spoken word introduction by the famous radio host Howard Stern. Howard Stern is actually a distant relative of Eric Bloom. His cousin was married to the singer. Because Stern had recently been fired from a radio job at the time, he put a lot of fire and brimstone into his performance for the song. The band also used lyrics from Richard Meltzer for the song Spying the House of the Night. Meltzer had been a long-time collaborator with the band since the early days. Even the song Shadow Warrior has a cool backstory. It was originally a song called Rebel, written for the movie called Teachers, starring Nick Nolte. The movie people didn't use it, so the band changed the lyrics and put it on this album. Even if people didn't like the whole album, most agree there are some standout tracks. Dancin in the Ruins was the second single and became a minor hit on the radio and MTV. A very catchy song with a lot of pop rock influence. While some old fans thought it was too commercial, others loved the hooks and the singing by Buck Dharma. Perfect Water, as mentioned before, is often called a masterpiece, has a gentle pop sound, also has progressive rock elements that make it feel like classic Oyster Cult. White Flags is actually a cover song, but Eric Bloom gives it a very strong vocal performance. It's one of the more aggressive tracks on the record. Madness to the Method is the final song on the album, and is a longer, more progressive track. Features great guitar work from Buck Dharma and ends the album on a high note. We cannot talk about Club Ninja without talking about the things that people dislike. Many longtime fans felt the album was too commercial. The use of many outside songwriters like Bob Halligan Jr. made some people feel like the band was losing its own voice. Songs like Make Rock Not War and Beat 'Em Up are often criticized for having simple or even silly lyrics. The overuse of synthesizers is another common complaint. For people who love the heavy, dark guitar sounds of the band's 1970s albums, the bright 80s keyboards fell out of place. Some critics at the time even called it a sign of the band's disintegration and move into musical anonymity. The live show to support the album also had some cringe moments for fans. Eric Bloom sometimes appeared on stage in a karate or ninja outfit, used nunchucks to strike the cymbals, and it was meant to be fun and match the theme of the album. Some older fans found it a bit juvenile. Also, during a tour with Ozzy Osbourne, the band was sometimes booed by audiences who were expecting to see Metallica, who had been the original opening act before Öyster Cult took their place. Despite these problems, there is a lot to like about Club Ninja. First, the guitar playing of Buck Dharma is still amazing. He remains one of the best in the business, and his solos on tracks like Madison Method are top tier. Second, the album is a great example of 80s hard FM music. If you enjoy that style of music, Club Ninja is actually one of the better examples of it. Some fans even say the album is fun to listen to because it has a poppy feel that makes it great for driving. Third, the album still captures the mysterious cult vibe in songs like Perfect Water and Spy in the House of the Night. Even when they were trying to be commercial, they couldn't help but to be a little strange, which is what we love about them. One fan on Reddit even said that Perfect Water alone makes the album worth owning. So what is the final word on Club Ninja? Is it a disaster? No. Is it their best work? Probably not. But it actually has some redeeming qualities. The album shows a legendary band trying to survive in a decade that was very different from the one they started in. It contains at least 2 or 3 songs that deserve to be in any Best of Öyster Cult collection. It's a guilty pleasure for some fans who enjoy the 80s sound and the band's ability to create catchy melodies. It marks the end of an era and was the last album for bassist Joe Bouchard, making it a piece of history for the band. If you haven't listened to it in a long time, or if you have never heard it at all, you might be surprised. It's not perfect, but it's fun, high energy, and it's a record with a few beautiful moments that still shine today. Give it another chance. You might find that you like Dancin in the Ruins more than you remember. Thanks for watching our look back at this unique piece of rock history. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel so you never miss a deep dive from your favorite bands. I have more Öyster Cult reviews and retrospectives for you to check out, and they will be in the playlist that should be appearing on your screen right now. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Please like this video. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you have not already. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and more. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.